Hi, IMDb. I'm Robert Eggers, writer-director of The Witch. The Witch is a horror film set in 1630 about a family of Puritan English settlers who've moved to the New World to start a new life. The father is even more pious than the other colonists, so he takes his family out to a wilderness to start a farm of their own. Unfortunately, there's a witch out there that tears the family apart. I grew up in New England, and I wanted to create an archetypal New England horror story, something that would really articulate my childhood idea of New England's mythic past, something that would feel like a Puritan's nightmare. So I threw myself into research, and I understood quickly that in the 17th century, the real world and the fairy tale world were the same thing. People actually believed that evil witches stole children, performed unspeakable acts to them, they flew on sticks, and the witch was a brutal and primitive fairy tale ogress, and that was an accepted reality in the time. So I realized that making the witch scary for audiences today, I needed to transport them back to that mindset, and so therefore I needed to create the most authentic version of 17th century New England possible. 4 years of research on my own, working also with museums and historians, led to a script that was based entirely on period accounts of witchcraft, and the dialogue is the dialogue of the period. I pulled from diaries and journals and so on. The stuff that the children say when they're possessed is stuff that children actually said when they were possessed. The family farm was also built authentically. Everything you see on screen is made from the correct materials. We were felling trees and building the furniture, and we often had to use period tools and techniques for those things to look right. The costumes as well, they're hand stitched and made from patterns based on extant clothing from the period. I was really fortunate to be able to cast whoever I wanted, which meant mostly unfamiliar faces, and that way, we could see this as real people instead of actors. Having an all UK cast was very costly for an indie film shot in North America, but the accents and the dialect work needed to be right. And Kate Dickie, Ralph Ineson, and newcomer Anya Taylor-Joy deliver incredible performances. So do the young kids who are living in a wilderness miles from home, like the family in the film. Like pre-Disney fairy tales, The Witch is a dark and mysterious story. It confronts the complexities of family relationships and powers beyond, and I invite audiences to come back to the 17th century when witches were real and experience a nightmare from the past. Thanks for listening, and check out The Witch in theaters on February 19th.